Hello, I'm Colonel Jason Fettig, Director of the President's Own United States Marine Band, and I'm here to debut a new video series celebrating the timeless music of the legendary John Philip Sousa. Sousa wrote over 136 marches, and many of these titles have become world famous. However, just like a great rock band or singer-songwriter, sometimes there are also hidden gems on the B-side of the record. Such is the case in classical music as well. So what about some of those 136 numbers from the March King that didn't rise to global fame? Are there masterpieces among these obscure marches? Well, you get to be the judge of that as we launch this new video series called The Marches of John Philip Sousa, The Deep Cuts. Our recording collection, The Complete Marches of John Philip Sousa, is available online for free download, and that collection is presented in chronological order. So we thought we'd also start this series at the very beginning of Sousa's career as a composer. Our first march is from 1876, when Sousa was just 21 years old, and it's called Revival. This march was actually originally written for orchestra, as at the time Sousa was performing violin in the theater orchestras of Philadelphia. This was 4 years before he would take command of the Marine Band. Sousa's former music teacher, John Esputa Jr., was thinking of this march when he correctly forecast Sousa's future success. A letter he wrote was published in the newspaper and said, "We now have on hand the grand revival march composed by J.P. Sousa. The march is deserving of credit. We are glad to see such proficiency in one so young and predict for him a brilliant future." The reason this is called Revival March is due to the quoting of the famous hymn Sousa wove into the march, called In the Sweet By and By. So many of Sousa's original melodies were incredibly inventive, but he was equally skilled at incorporating famous tunes into some of his marches, and this was the first time he would do this. Our first Sousa deep cut is a clever march from very early in Sousa's career, Revival, from 1876.